The orcs have been repelled, and their war boss has been defeated. But this war is far from over. The orcs still threaten to overcome several major population centers, and could mass more than a large enough force to overwhelm the Imperial armies present on the planet. We have bought time, nothing more. But this is no longer a primary concern. Our scouts have recovered evidence that the forces of chaos, the great enemy, may be operating on this planet, right under our very noses. We must face this foe wherever they stand. If there is even a chance that they are here, we must seek them out and destroy them. Inquisitor Toth is demanding that we leave the planet, but of all the powers his position grants him, commandeering a space marine company is not one of them. I must admit that I find his presence unwelcome so soon after the events on my homeworld of Cyrene. Inquisitors have a way of inflaming a guilty conscience, and that I do not need right now.
This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a chaos presence on Tartarus, it is better we leave them here with the orcs than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter. I said please, when in fact I meant now.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here, where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of chaos escape the system before the storm? No, we will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason, and we will discover that reason.
We are with you, brother Captain, as always.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see them, and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
Cut by orcs?
I've never seen an orc lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't orcs, then it must be the forces of chaos. We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here.
Here to serve.
The sacred artifact will now be available to us. Construct it, and we will have access to powerful abilities.
Initiated. Build routine 721 initiated. Yes, most beneficent one.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Venerate the immortal
Praise
Emperor.
the Emperor.
Getting into position.
I am prepared. Agree. No one will stop us.
Marine squad deployed. We stand ready.
None can stand before the Inquisition.
Scouts ready.
None can stand
My
before
faith
the
is my
Inquisition.
shield.
At once.
Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, most beneficent one.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. My aim shall not falter.
Yes,
the enemy must be nearby.
Commencing infiltration.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. Follow my lead. My aim shall not falter.
Scouts here.
Orcs,
Infiltrating enemy
attack!
territory.
Wait. They weren't attacking. They were fleeing.
What could inspire fear in an orc?
Here to serve.
Direct us to the enemy.
I am prepared.
I stand ready.
How can I serve?
Fear denies faith. Understood. Awaiting orders.
Defending objective. Scouts awaiting orders. Gathering intelligence.
I await your instructions.
For the Emperor!
Build routine 721 initiated.
My faith is my shield.
Orders received, brother.
Something is not right here.
Cleanse!
These
Purge,
orc bodies
kill.
do not look like they were dispatched by Imperial
Orders
hands.
received.
We must proceed with caution.
Cleanse! Purge! Kill! Cleanse!
Eldar.
Purge,
Perhaps we
kill.
were mistaken about the presence of the forces of chaos. There is no such
Be it
thing as
Eldar or
innocence.
Chaos,
The Emperor
I
presents.
will have answers either
I
way.
am
Press on.
prepared. In his name. The Inquisition will destroy you.
What is your order? Charge! We are the Emperor's chosen. Cleanse! Purge! Kill! Orders received, brother. Heresy grows from idleness.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
Scouts here. Scouts advance. Commencing infiltration.
Ever vigilant.
Scouts here. Search commencing.
Take the battle.
Squad broken! What is your order? For the Emperor! Moving out.
Yes,
Under
most
fire!
beneficent one.
Take the battle.
I exist to serve.
Fear denies faith. Orders received. What is your order?
What is it you desire? On my way.
Yes, my lord.
Take
Scouts,
the battle
charge.
to the enemy.
We stand ready.
Yes, Lord. Build routine 721 initiated. Build routine 721
Heresy grows from
initiated.
idleness.
Scouts here.
What is your will? Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
Under fire! Awaiting orders.
I await your instructions. Build routine 721
Scouts awaiting
initiated.
orders. Yes, my lord. Scouts awaiting orders. Commencing infiltration.
Ever vigilant. Understood.
Yes, most beneficent one. I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
Heresy grows from idleness.
How can I serve? On my way.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated. I await your instructions.
Scouts in position. Scouts advance. Getting into position.
My faith is my shield. Agreed. For the honor of the chapter. Faith and duty.
Yes, my lord. Commencing infiltration.
Here to serve.
Scouts in position. On patrol. Commencing infiltration. Yes, my lord. Scouts advance. Scouts advance. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
How can I serve?
Today, the enemy shall know
Knowledge is
fear.
power.
Dark Reapers,
What
fall
is it
back.
you desire?
We need Rhino transport
My
tanks.
faith is my shield.
They will allow us to get through
Under
unscathed
fire.
and attack the Dark Reapers on those cliffs
I
above.
stand ready. I can sense the
My
enemy.
faith is my
They are
shield.
close.
We are united in his service.
Correct.
Rhino transports are now available. Build them at the machine cult.
Yes, Lord.
Apothecaries are standing by to tend to our wounded.
Build routine
Build them at the
721
sacred
initiated.
artifact.
Yes, my lord. Search commencing. Gathering intelligence. Search commencing. We will move ahead and
Apothecary
mark
ready.
any enemy positions.
Apothecary ready.
Scouts charge. Scouts charge. Scouts advance. Search commencing.
Yes, most beneficent one. I await your instructions.
What are your needs? The battlefield awaits.
Rhino transport deployed. We deliver into battle. Rhino transport is prepared. We deliver into battle. Going straight to the front lines. Take refuge within our armor.
What are your needs? Apothecary here. Who requires my aid? Can I
Rhino
serve?
transport deployed. Rhino ready.
The battlefield awaits. The battlefield awaits.
Rhino ready.
Apothecary here. What are your needs?
Rhino transport is prepared. We deliver into
Under
battle.
fire!
We deliver into battle.
Deploying. What are your needs? I follow your commands. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Scouts here. Scouts charge.
Rhino transport is prepared.
The battlefield awaits. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
Scouts here.
Rhino transport is prepared.
My aim shall not falter.
Apothecary here. Direct me to the injured. Under fire! Direct me to the injured. The battlefield awaits.
Rhino ready.
Scouts in position.
Rhino transport is prepared.
The battlefield awaits. I follow your commands. What are your needs? The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Rhino transport is prepared. Rhino here.
Yes, my lord. Scouts advance.
I await your instructions. I exist to serve.
I have awoken.
Scouts in position.
I have awoken.
Here to serve.
Defending objective.
Build routine
At your
721
command.
initiated.
Gathering intelligence.
There is no such thing as innocence. Only
Under
degrees of
fire!
guilt.
Yes.
What are your needs?
I am the instrument of his will. I shall end you.
How can I serve? No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. What are your needs?
The Inquisition will destroy.
I follow your commands.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
The Inquisition will destroy.
Scouts in position.
I am ready to serve. Again. Command me.
Scouts in position.
The battlefield awaits. I follow your commands.
Yes, most beneficent one. I exist to serve.
I am the instrument of his will.
Defending objective.
Yes, most beneficent one.
At your command. Gathering intelligence. On patrol. We will move ahead and mark any enemy positions.
At last, back to war.
My aim shall not falter.
At your command. Getting into position. On patrol. I sense danger. We will root it out. Search
Under
commencing.
fire!
Scouts ready.
At last, back to war.
I speak his word.
In his name.
Scouts in position.
The battlefield awaits. No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I be
I am the instrument of his will.
Yes, most beneficent one?
Command me. Take me into battle.
Scouts here, infiltrating enemy territory.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Yes, Lord?
The battlefield awaits.
Yes, Lord?
Defending objectives your command.
721 initiated.
Getting into position. Search commencing. Commencing infiltration. Scouts in position.
Command me. I will purge the unclean.
Yes, my lord. Gathering intelligence.
I am ready to serve.
Yes, my lord.
Again.
We'll move ahead.
At least we know that the
Enemy
orcs and
positions.
Eldar are not in league together.
Scouts
When
advance.
one enemy attacks another, it does not mean they aren't in league. Just that they are living up to their lack of honor.
And those who lack honor deserve death.
I await your instructions. Build routine
Apothecary
71
here.
initiated.
Faith is eternal.
Scouts here. Scouts in position. On patrol. Getting into position. Gathering intelligence. Yes, my lord. Commencing infiltration. Gathering intelligence. Commencing infiltration. Yes, my lord. Gathering intelligence. Getting into position. Commencing infiltration. Gathering intelligence. I sense danger. We will root it out.
Whirlwind artillery tank deployed. Whirlwind here.
Marine squad deployed.
Whirlwind artillery tank deployed.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Yes, my lord. Marine squad deployed to the enemy.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
Scouts in position.
I have awoken.
At your command. On patrol.
Whirlwind here. Triangulating attack coordinates.
Even in death I still serve.
How can I serve? I follow your commands.
Whirlwind artillery tank here. Triangulating attack coordinates. Triangulating attack coordinates. Triangulating attack coordinates. Whirlwind artillery tank here. Moving out. Triangulating attack coordinates. Whirlwind here. Triangulating attack coordinates. Triangulating attack coordinates.
Praise the Emperor.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
An easy objective.
Praise the Emperor. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. My aim shall not falter.
Under fire!
Whirlwind here. Triangulating attack coordinates.
I am ready to serve again. I shall end you.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. What is it you desire?
Apothecary here. Heresy grows from idleness.
Even in death I still serve. Even in death I still serve.
Whirlwind here.
Colonel Brom here.
Triangulating attack coordinates.
Even in death I still serve.
Yes. Yes. It will be done.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for
The
yourself.
battlefield awaits. We stand ready. Under fire! Yes, my lord. Ready. Take and hold. Apothecary here. Apothecary ready. How can I serve? Orders received, brother.
Whirlwind here. Moving out.
What would you have me do?
There is no such thing as innocence.
At last, back
only
to war.
degrees of guilt.
Even in death I still serve.
For the
Command
Emperor!
me. Take me into battle.
How can I serve?
Yes, Lord? Yes, Lord. Build routine 721
For the
initiated.
Emperor!
I shall
We
obey.
are the Emperor's chosen. Understood.
Yes, most beneficent one. Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
Fear not the Psycho.
For the Emperor protects. My aim shall not falter.
Under fire!
My aim shall not falter. My aim shall not falter.
Scouts awaiting orders. I sense danger. We will root it out. Getting into position.
Whirlwind here. Whirlwind here. Whirlwind here.
My aim shall not falter. My aim shall not falter. My aim shall not falter. Establishing a secondary base near this location will give us a forward position with which to engage the enemy.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
How can I serve? Who requires my aid? The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Heresy grows from idleness.
Whirlwind here.
Faith is eternal. At last, back to war.
Direct us to the enemy. What are your needs? Who requires my aid? How can I serve?
Even in death I still serve.
Charge!
By his word.
We are the Emperor's chosen. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
Whirlwind here.
The battlefield awaits. How can I serve? Who requires my aid?
Whirlwind artillery tank here. Whirlwind here.
Scouts in position. Gathering intelligence.
The battlefield awaits. Apothecary here. What are your needs? No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it.
Yes, Lord. Build routine 721 initiated. Build routine 721 initiated.
Under fire!
Scouts awaiting orders. Gathering intelligence.
Whirlwind here.
I am ready to serve. Again.
Charge! The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
I am ready to pass judgment. In his name.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
In his name.
Whirlwind here.
How can I serve?
What is it you desire? This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
How can I serve? The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
Command me. I shall end you.
Whirlwind here. Whirlwind here. Triangulating attack
I
coordinates.
am ready to serve, again. Faith is eternal. Even in death I still serve.
The Inquisition has arrived.
Whirlwind here. Triangulating attack coordinates.
None can stand before the Inquisition. I shall crush you beneath my inquisitorial
Apothecary
boot.
here. The enemies of the Emperor shall be destroyed.
Carry a big gun. I am ready to
My
mass
knowledge is
judgment.
at your disposal.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Whirlwind here. Triangulating attack coordinates.
How can I serve? Apothecary here. Direct me to the injured. The battlefield awaits. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
He who stands with me
I
shall
am
be my
prepared.
brother. Walk softly and
What
carry
is it
a
you
big
desire?
gun.
Knowledge is power.
How can I
it well.
serve? No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it.
Beware the alien, the mutant,
Knowledge is
the
power.
heretic.
Hide it well.
How can I serve? No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest.
So the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of Chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what Chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here save for our next course. These transports have been damaged somehow. Make the repairs and be quick.
Well, Brother Isidore, what betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles? Harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instructions?
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
No, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Korath.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.
Under the orders of Inquisitor Toth, the citizens of Tartarus have begun a mass exodus of the planet. Such an action can lead to disaster in the best of situations. But the reports reaching my ears are ones of planet-wide hysteria as the population makes its pilgrimage to the two main spaceports. Convoys of transports and civilians on foot are being plagued by attacks from Orc forces. Stretched thin, the Imperial Guard is barely keeping order in the major population centers, sacrificing their lives long enough to hold back the green tide of the Orcs. They are truly warriors of the Emperor. I wish for nothing more than to be able to join them in this noble cause. But I cannot deny my duty any more than they can deny theirs. We have found proof that the forces of chaos are operating on the planet of Tartarus. Isidore has found evidence on the blasphemous altar that indicates they may be headed towards Mount Korath, an old mountain located dangerously close to an area of heavy orc activity. I have requested a regiment of Imperial Guard from Colonel Brom to help cover our approach. I regret asking when the Colonel's forces are already stretched to the breaking point, but there are greater things at stake now.
Exalted Farseer, the humans are moving, traversing the slope as you predicted. They are walking into our trap.
Yes, but you can never ambush a space marine. Remember that. They expect treachery at every turn. You can only validate their suspicions.
Your orders?
We have locked the humans into this path as they have locked us into ours. They know they enter a gauntlet, and they will likely drag us into it as well. Now we play our parts, and pray that we are the better actors.
Are you certain?
Yes, the path to Mount Korath. This is where the altar said we must go. Why? Do you question my findings?
I do not question your abilities, brother librarian, but I do question their tactical sense. That mountain pass is the perfect location for an ambush.
Listen to the distrust in his voice. He probably calls you mutant behind your back, but he fears your divinity, your power. You must put the child at ease.
I do not deny that this is likely a trap, which is all the more proof that our enemy lies in this direction.
Very true, old friend. Stay alert and follow my lead. I want no mistakes.
Agreed.
Scouts, are you in position?
Yes, my lord. We have discovered the location of the first Eldar forces.
We must find a way to overcome this Eldar strike force before we can scout out a good location to stage our field operations. For terror! My aim shall not falter.
Under fire!
Yes, my lord. Scouts advance.
Faith is eternal. Take me into battle.
At your command.
Charge!
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Yes, my lord. We are the Emperor's chosen. Heresy grows.
On alert, brothers.
Even
The enemy
in
must
death
be
I
nearby.
still serve.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
This structure is
My
a webway
aim shall
portal.
not falter.
The Eldar use them to quickly travel from one location
Scouts
to
here.
another. We must
Scouts,
destroy
charge.
any webway portals we find to limit the Eldar's mobility.
Faith is eternal.
Under
Take me
fire!
into battle.
At your command.
This is a good location to establish a field base. Gabriel to the Litany of Fury. Lock on my
Yes, my
location
lord.
and prepare to drop HQ. Now.
I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
What's your order? We stand ready. For the Emperor, faith is our shield.
Scouts ready. Scouts advance.
Ever vigilant. Stay vigilant, brothers. For the Emperor! Ever vigilant.
Here to serve. Build routine
What's your order?
721 initiated.
Under fire! Faith is our shield.
Defending objective. Scouts awaiting orders.
Here to serve.
Scouts in position. Infiltrating enemy territory.
Under fire! What is your order? Charge!
Yes, Lord.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Direct us to the enemy. Yes, my lord.
Here to serve. Build routine 721
Faith
initiated.
is our shield.
Yes,
Now that we have
most
established our
beneficent
field
one.
base, we must continue through the mountain pass on foot. Expect heavy
Build routine
resistance.
721
Make sure you move
initiated.
cautiously and keep the
I
field
await
base
your
protected at all
instructions.
times.
I exist to serve.
Defending objective.
Build routine 721 initiated.
Scouts ready.
Yes, most beneficent one.
My lord, I have arrived at your request.
We need you to cover the eastern
Build routine
pass.
721
The combat that is
initiated.
occurring here will likely attract the Orc forces
Fear
nearby.
denies faith.
We cannot
Maintain
afford
attack
their
formation.
interference.
I understand. You can count on the Imperial Guard to hold this pass. No orcs will get by us.
Keep me appraised of the situation. If possible, I will provide you assistance if the Orcs
Yes,
attack.
my lord.
Yes, my
Under
lord.
fire!
Today the enemy shall know fear.
I await your instructions.
At your command.
At last, back to war.
Scouts in position.
What is your will?
Heavy support available. Lehman Russ here. Heavy support available. You've got it. Heavy support available. You've got it. You've got it. Lehman Russ here. Lehman Russ here.
We're here. Yes, sir. We'll get through this, I know it. The Emperor protects. We're here. Yes, my lord. The Emperor protects.
Lehman Russ here. Lehman Russ here.
We're here. Reporting, sir. We're here. Following orders. The Emperor protects. The Emperor protects.
We stand ready. Fear denies faith.
I await your instructions.
Under fire!
Build routine 721
He
initiated.
who stands with me shall be my
At your
brother.
command.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated. I await your instructions.
Under fire!
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
We are the Emperor's chosen idleness.
I await your instructions. Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated. Build routine 721 initiated.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. My aim shall not falter.
Ever vigilant. Cleanse, purge, kill!
Here. Lehman Russ here. Lehman Russ here. Lehman Russ here.
Under fire! We are the Emperor's chosen.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Xeno sighted.
Armor reporting.
Squad waiting orders.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Follow my lead. For the glory of the Emperor.
Squad morale restored. What's your order? Heresy grows from idleness.
At last, back to war. To me, my brothers.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Ever vigilant. Stay vigilant,
Here
brothers.
to serve.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Command me.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Yes, Lord. Yes, most beneficent one. Yes, most beneficent one.
Marine squad deployed.
Build routine 721 initiated.
We stand ready. Yes, my lord. Under fire!
I am the instrument of
Yes,
his
my
will.
lord. Direct us to the enemy. Stay vigilant, brother. Awaiting orders.
At last, back to war.
At your command.
For the Emperor. At last, back to war.
Faith is our shield. Direct us to the enemy.
Heavy support available.
What would you have me do?
Command me. To me, my brothers. At last, back to war.
My aim shall not falter.
Take the battle to the enemy.
At last, back to war.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Faith is eternal.
Under fire!
Command me.
Charge!
The Emperor protects. We shall know no fear. My aim shall not falter.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Charge!
Faith is eternal.
Yes, my lord. Stay vigilant, brothers. Onward to glory! We stand ready. Fear denies faith. Faith is our shield.
I await your instructions. Here to serve.
For the Emperor!
Build routine
At your
7-1
command.
initiated. Here to serve. Build routine 7-1 initiated.
Under fire! We stand ready. Yes, my lord.
I await your instructions. Build routine 7-1 initiated.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Lehman Russ here.
Under fire!
Today, the enemy shall know fear.
Ever vigilant. Ever vigilant. What is your order?
Yes, Lord? Build routine 7-1 initiated.
Even in death I still serve.
We stand ready. Death from above. What is your order?
Scouts here.
Under fire! Awaiting orders.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 7-1 initiated.
Death from above. Ever vigilant. At your command. Cleanse, purge, kill. Under fire. Yes, my lord. Moving out. Take and hold. Heresy grows from idleness. Under fire. Ever vigilant. Fear denies faith. Direct us to the enemy. Yes, my lord.
Rally squad!
We are the Emperor's chosen. Heresy grows from idleness. Ever vigilant. Fear denies faith. Activating jump pack. We stand ready. We are the Emperor's chosen. Activating jump pack. Moving out. Fear denies faith.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
Fear denies faith.